Hello, we're back talking about autism again. Basically, the way autistic people try this out, because otherwise I'll forget things, we hear and feel the world differently to other people, and that is because the brain is not necessarily wired differently, but doesn't work the same as the neurotypicals. No, it's not an illness or a disease, and it can't be cured, and I shouldn't be cured. So don't try and change someone into a neurotypical when they're not, because that's trying to cure them, and that's not okay. And I've seen too much of it recently, and it's just annoying me, okay? Oh, and to the person who said that I had a couple of chins, I've lost 7 stone, okay? 7 stones due to abuse, so shut up. Right. Also, some autistic people, this means some, not all, some autistic people also have learning disabilities and or mental health issues and or other conditions, which means that we have different levels of support. Not needs, support. Okay? Support. We need support and acceptance. Nothing about our needs being special needs. Okay, yes, we have some learning disabilities sometimes, but we need different levels of support for it. Okay? Some autistic people will tell you that the world feels overwhelming, and because it feels overwhelming, it causes extreme anxiety in some of us. I know I don't go out very often because of that reason. It causes too much anxiety. Then I get frustrated. Then I have a meltdown. And then it's horrible in the middle of a shop when someone's just staring at you because you're having a meltdown. You're like, can you just stop looking at me and whatever? And you just can't focus either. Autistic people also have trouble with reading people's facial expressions. And telling, if they, so if you're telling a joke or being sarcastic and, you'd read social cues and body language, that's difficult for an autistic person. Sometimes virtually not even possible. Like I said, tone of voice is the issue. We can't tell if you're being nasty, nice sometimes, because we can't tell with tone of voice. We just don't understand it. A lot of us. Most of us. Jokes and sarcasm, I think autistic people have their own type of sarcasm and their own type of jokes. We don't necessarily get neurotypical ones. I know I have my own type of sarcasm and my best friend finds it funny, but not everyone gets it. I'm not even explaining it, because otherwise then everyone will get it and it won't be funny anymore to me. So that's just what I'm going to say on that, and it won't be funny if I just explain it. Also, autistic people often have difficulty reading other people. So like I just said, reading body language and understanding other people's feelings and intentions. That can be another one that's difficult. I have difficulty reading people's intentions a lot of the time. And expressing own emotions is a thing. I internalize things a lot, so I struggle to express my emotions because of that. Because I spent a lot of my time masking having ASD and acting neurotypical as possible, which I believe caused me to, struggle to express my own emotions. And, it can make it hard to find your way in a social world, basically. It can appear to people to be intensive, like when someone has a meltdown or when someone wants to seek out time because they're feeling overloaded by other people or a situation or overwhelmed, or, they find it difficult finding comfort from other people, or, find it difficult to behave in a normal way, because to society it's a strange way or socially inappropriate. Recently I've had a battle with my mental health team who keep wanting to put me in therapy because they say my behaviour is not appropriate, and my argument's been, and they've started to listen, it is appropriate for someone on the spectrum, maybe not for someone in society that's neurotypical, no, but then maybe neurotypical people need to change the way they think, not the fact that the way I'm behaving. It's not all about the way I'm behaving. And I think a lot of you need to change the mindset that I'm autistic. It's not us that need to change our behaviour, because our brains wire differently. You need to change your way of thought into, like, this person's brain is not like my brain. It's not like most people's brains. They can't control that type of behaviour, and I can't force them to change it either, because that's just unrealistic. And also, autistic people may and can find it hard to form friendships, and some want to interact with other people and make friends and don't know how to go about. Others want to be isolated and secluded and not around people. And I know, because I found it hard to make friends. I had a lot of people that used me over the years, and the fact that I went on sashes in my 20s because it was easier to make friends. Stupid, bad for me, but I found it easier to make friends that way. And that's how hard it was to make friends, that I had to do stupid things to make friends. I didn't have to, but that's the way I went about it, because I couldn't make friends for a long time. Now I have, so I've stopped doing those stupid things. So you don't need to do them. There is support out there for that. I just didn't realise it till, like, recently. Also, a big thing is repetitive behaviour routines. I know when I'm overwhelmed, the way I calm myself down is repetitive playing of a song. I'll find a song that I know is either nostalgic or calms me down, and I can play that song, the same song, all day long. Sometimes for a whole week, all day long. Every day, all day long for a week. Like, that's one of my repetitive behaviours. Routines. Well, I have a routine of, like, seeing my best friend, like, twice a week. Trying to go out once a week, because I don't like going out and socialising in that way. I can't cope with it. It's just too much. And then, like, you have highly focused interests, almost like obsessions, basically. One of mine is Green Day. I love Green Day. And Harry Potter. Like, they've been my two for the longest time. Well, there's Green Day, Harry Potter, Peter Pan, and marine biology and history and science. They're like my highly focused interests, I think. If you want to go into that list, that would be my highly focused interests, is those subjects. You talk to me about those all day long and I'd be content. I love those subjects. Anyone want to talk about those subjects, message me on Instagram. It's pixelpunk89. Also, sensory sensitivity. This means some people can have sensory processing disorder. Some people just have, like, traits of that, sensory issues. I know with me, when I feel extremely overwhelmed or frustrated and I start chewing, so I have these. You can get these on Amazon, Chewy Gem. So it saves biting yourself. I'll chew on one of those, and I've got a wave lamp that projects onto the ceiling, and I'll literally use those. I'll use those, and I'll sit and watch those until I've calmed down. I also rock backwards and forwards. I have quite a lot of them, but not everyone on the spectrum has extreme or whatever versions of this. But yeah, that's my information on ASD this week. If anyone's got anything else, then let me know. Okay, bye.